Hello and welcome to a word of hope for Thursday of the 20th week of an ordinary time. And today the church also celebrates the memorial of Pope St. Pius X. I'm Father Bob Keller, and I'm speaking to you from St. Catherine of Siena House here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today, the first reading comes from the book of Judges, and it's a strange thing. This fellow, Jephthah, makes a solemn vow that if God were to help him conquer, he will offer a sacrifice of whatever sort. He wins. And the first thing that he sees when he's coming home is his daughter, and this is the strange part of it. He is obliged, or he feels obliged, to sacrifice her. Abraham should have stopped that when God had him not sacrifice his son Isaac, but Jephthah has this vow. God never intends for us to sacrifice human life for him. So it's a strange vow, or we might say a bargain. And at times in our lives, maybe we make bargains with God, and God is not seeking a bargain. As we hear in the gospel story about the king who has this huge banquet, which would be sumptuous, the invitation is for many to come, but they do not come. They're hedging their bets, or they're bargaining that their life will supply their needs, their business, their family life, whatever it is. These are good things, but never to take the place of God's invitation to his eternal banquet. So what does God look for if it's not a bargain? Because we're used to that in the world. He's looking for conversion. And the final part of the gospel story is that there's a man in this wedding banquet without a wedding garment, which is the clue of he's there, but he's not converted. He's not really focused on the Lord in his heart. We who are followers of Christ and in the church can sometimes be that way too, where although we're doing everything right and we're part of the assembly, we still put our trust on the things that we do or the things of the world as really answering our needs. Would that we could discover how that centeredness in God and receiving him will answer that need. And the unique thing about Pope Pius X is that he really discovered, or really thought, the Eucharist is so central in feeding our souls. And so he really exhorted and made the opportunity for people to receive the Eucharist, even as a 7-year-old, like I did, because the Eucharist is a healing and a strengthening of our lives. Once again, the center of our life in God will answer all of our needs in life.